Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. I am Laura Simmons, and I have with me Margaret Green.
Hello,
Welcome
how
to
you doing?
Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. I am Laura Simmons, and I have with me Margaret Hold Green. On. I'm sorry, my
Hello, how you doing?
Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. I am Laura Simmons, and I have with I'm sorry, y'all. I had to cut the thing off on the other scene. So, how's everybody doing today? How you doing today, Margaret Green?
I'm good. Just hot is don't know what in South Carolina. Lord have mercy. 88
Mm,
degrees today.
y'all need to send some of that heat this way because it's surely we surely wondering what spring at here in Chicago.
What's the temp there?
Um, Probably about I don't even know. I think it's about 40 or 50 probably today.
Really?
It's
Wow. It is
cold. It's
May?
cold because
Oh man.
yeah, that's why we said where's spring at here in Illinois because it's surely cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So how was your time off last Thursday? We had a really
It
good
was
show.
good. It was a relaxing moment. Hey
Hey Fred.
Frederick,
Hey Fred. How you doing,
how you doing?
Fred? Yeah. So how was it? It was relaxing.
It was a good mental break.
Oh, okay. So did
Just
y'all do anything for
relaxing.
Troy's birthday?
Not really. We're really I think he hadn't even mentioned about doing anything in particular. So
Hmm.
hopefully he'll decide where he want to go, what he want to do.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, I got good
Well, because
news.
the big one is next year. So
Yeah, I got good news. Guess what?
what?
I have lost a total of 15 pounds.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yes, I'm so excited. Still doing my thing. I'm still working it out, but I lost 15 pounds. I'm so excited.
Work it
I got a
out.
little, yeah, I got a little more road to go, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
That's good.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I wanna Oh, did you have a gold nugget for them today? Any
Yeah.
gold
As a matter of fact,
nuggets?
I do.
Okay.
Um, in real estate, you will find there are situations where you want to buy some property, whether it's investment property or whether it's your personal residence. Make sure you do your due diligence before you put a contract on it, or if you put a contract on it, put a contingency in there as saying that you wanted to make sure it meets all the requirements as far as code from whatever city or county you may be in, because sometimes you can buy something and not aware that there's code violations on the property, and you done bought it, and guess what? You done bought the problems with it, and you don't.
Mhm.
And especially if they don't disclose it. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't. They don't. Um, but if you find out that there's an issue with something, you want to make sure that you have a way to say, okay, either you can fix it, that person, that seller can have those things fixed, or you can cancel your contract, because you don't want to end up with somebody else's problem, and then you got to pay for it to get those things fixed. So, and make sure you get a home inspection. That's important too, because a lot of stuff that you don't know see from the naked eye, the inspector can find it. Whether it's under the house or whether it's over on the roof, you don't know until you then closed on it, and then you find out you got all these issues. So do your due diligence either before you put the contract in, or if you put a contract in, put a contingency, and then make sure it's that you have a due diligence period to review and do some investigating. Even if you got to go and call the city where you live in or county where you live in and say, hey, I wanted to know if there's any violations on this property. And
Okay.
that's my gold nugget for today.
Oh, that's good information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We truly appreciate that. Um, I was gonna
He
say,
said he's
oh,
Frederick
Frederick.
on that. What
Yes,
what cover
Frederick,
you
I
with?
did see your new cover for your new book.
Oh,
I
cool.
also want to get your permission to display it next on Thursday show. If that's okay with you, I can display it on the show on Thursday. So let me know if it's okay, and if it's okay, send it to me. DM me with it. All right. It's really nice. He got a really nice cover for his new book coming out.
Which one is this one? Is it the point poetry?
I think so. I'm not sure. You would have to ask him. I'm not sure if it's the poetry one or not. But it's really nice. The cover is really, really nice.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Presentation is everything. That's for
Thank.
sure.
Oh yeah, of course. I also wanted to send my prayers out to the Naomi Judd's family, the country
Yeah.
legend singer who she passed Saturday, April the 30th at the age of 77. And they
Mhm.
said it was mental health
Oh
issues,
wow.
illness. So, um, yeah, I wanted to send my prayers out to her and her family. And I also wanted to get into the discussion about did you hear about the Pennsylvania mother who killed her two children, shot them both in the head?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Is that the one that they're in critical condition or did they die?
And well, they just have them
'Cause I know
hooked
they
up at
said
the
it.
hospital because
Yeah. Oh,
they're
that's right
taking
for
their
the
organs.
organs. Yeah.
Yeah, they still have them. He said yes. He said yes.
Oh, cool.
Hmm. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I saw. I was like, what? I was like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
And they said
That's
that
gosh.
she was what did they say about her? They said yeah, they said the organs they're waiting. They still have them hooked up because the organs they want to donate the organs and stuff. So yeah, that's so sad. So these charges to two counts of homicide. Yeah, you should have seen the picture of her. But they said she lived in a they live in a wealthy area of Philadelphia, and they said they just don't understand why. But you just never know. Just because they live in a wealthy area does not mean that they
Yeah, people,
they
wealthy people
stable.
killing themselves every day.
Yep,
So don't
exactly.
money don't get make you happy all the time. It may help you pay some bills, but
Hmm.
sometimes you don't have peace of mind in some cases.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
And then they said in Massachusetts, a DoorDash driver saves a woman's life who was standing outside. She was waiting on her pizza. It was late at night and she was waiting on her pizza to be delivered. And when the DoorDash lady got there to deliver, she found the lady on the ground. She had hit her head on the ground, her leg. She had issues with her one of her arms and her knees.
Hmm.
And so I guess she had some kind of surgery way back some years back or something, and the knee gave out on her. And when the knee gave out on her, she fell and she hit her head on the ground, so she bust her head. But
Mm,
she saved her life because if she hadn't got there, she would have died probably.
wow.
Yeah, so they
Man,
say
DoorDash been saving a lot of folk lately.
yeah, they gave her an award too. She got a plaque for it for saving her life, and she said
Hello, is
the
that
lady.
Cynthia Perkins?
Oh, hey, Cynthia.
Hello.
See, they said that they called her a hero. That's what they called her, the hero. The lady calls her a hero because she saved her life, which is awesome. That's awesome that she did. She saved her life. Then on another one, this one is crazy. So guys, when y'all go on vacation, don't tell nobody you're going on vacation. Unless
Exactly.
unless you tell your neighbor, a neighbor that you trust and you want them to maybe keep an eye on your stuff. Did you hear about the couple that went on vacation? They came back. A couple was laying in their bed. All their furniture and
Yeah.
everything was gone,
Hmm.
and the only thing was left was the bedroom set. But they had the nurse still be there laying in their beds.
So they must have sold
And
all their furniture.
yeah, they must have took it and had somebody probably had somebody come with a moving truck and got the
Hmm.
stuff,
I'm
and
just wondering
then
how
they
did
had
they
the
get in
nerves to
there?
come back and relax. They broke the door. It
Oh
says
wow.
on the report it said that they broke the door.
That's why I
And
said
it
people
was
be
an
talking about,
apartment
oh, I'm
though.
out of town, I'm doing this. I'm like, you don't,
Yeah,
don't be putting
can't
out
be
there
so
when you out of town.
right. Yeah, and they
They talking
said
about,
that
I'm here,
they
and I'm
got
doing.
away. They got away before they could call the police and everything. So they did get away, but they were still there when they got
Mm-hmm.
back off their trip. And
Yep.
they it's just so bogus. Some of these people they just don't care. They just don't care.
Mm-mm. They figure they can just walk into anybody's house.
Yeah, and that's what they said.
And that's it. Because and they done said that so many times on the news and on the and that on and they said on social media, stop putting out there when you on vacation, when you
Hmm.
away, because you don't know who watching you, and
Hmm.
and they know, and especially if they know where you live at, or either it could be a neighbor, you don't know, so
Not only that, people they make it so easy now where people can
they
locate
can
where
find
you at
everything
and
about you.
stuff. Yeah, they sure can. Yeah, they
So
can.
that's
They
why it's
can.
like I said, you don't put all your business out there. Put it. Oh yeah, I'm in
Kansas
Cancun.
City. I'm
I'm
in
in
Kansas City.
Cancun. I'm enjoying the water. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Somebody sitting up there chilling in your house. They would have called a case on that.
I know that's right, Frederick. I know that's yeah.
Oh, you, Fred, you a
You
trip.
big dummy. You big dummy. Yeah, anytime you do that bold to stay in somebody's house, and well, I guess they didn't know when they were coming back, so they just assumed that it was okay
Go
for
to
them to
sleep.
just go to sleep in the house or whatever. Like it sound like something like the three little
Uh-huh.
bears.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, but yeah, they got a lot of nerves though.
I
How do
said,
you
how you
how
gonna
do
do
you go and do
something
something like that anyway? Yeah.
like that?
Wow.
I don't blame you, Fred.
What he saying? You into my home and my
At your own
own
peril. So
uh-huh.
you're on your own. Because whatever happened,
No,
okay.
okay. That's right. That is so
Blame
true.
them.
But I was gonna before we get into our question, our subject of the day, our topic of today is what was our topic anyway? Do you
Toxic
remember?
relationships.
Oh, toxic relationships. So, I remember you was talking about um recently you was talking about how is it that um parents when they get separated or divorced from their significant other, how is it that they um why do
Communicate
they huh
with the
what
kids.
yeah, why do they pull put the kids in the middle of the situation? And well, so I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about the fact that that's considered a toxic relationship right there by itself.
Hmm.
you know so there are so many different types of toxic relationships, and people
Yep.
sometimes we don't
So
realize
many
that.
different levels.
Yeah, and we don't realize that some of the friendships that you have are toxic. So you have to be careful about that as well, because it's not just the husband and wife or the boyfriend and girlfriend. It's also it could be regarding a friendship or something like that can be very toxic too at the same time. So
Hmm.
my thoughts on that toxic relationships, because it can toxic can be friendship. It could be
Hmm.
a relationship with your children, with
Hmm.
your family members, um, just people. Period. Your coworkers. It could be a
Hmm.
toxic relationship there too, as well.
Yeah.
So, how would you handle something like that? A toxic relationship. How would you handle that?
It all depends on who the person is, how important or non-important that person is to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's somebody who is really is somebody that is supposed to be passing through in my life,
In your journey.
then I can easily say, okay, arrivederci, adios, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's somebody that is that I feel should remain, but they're becoming a problem in the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
then either I can address it to them and talk to them about what's the problem that I what I'm feeling. And if they still don't get the drift and don't try to clean it up or say, I didn't know you felt this way, or whatever, then I know how to separate myself from that person.
Right.
Because some people do not they know that person is toxic, and they will not cut that person loose, no matter how much drama they deal with, no matter how much problems they cause them. It was a case I saw on one of the judge shows, and the lady, and these were sisters, and
Mm-hmm.
the one of the sisters, she was married. One of them was not married. I think she was divorced or whatever. And she called her sister and told her she was in that something happened between her and her husband, and then she wanted her sister to come run into her rescue. Well, her sister came running to her rescue, went and spent money to move her to another apartment, paid for
Oh yeah.
did a whole new lease and all this stuff, and then she decided she is not leaving her husband. So you
Mm-hmm.
didn't spend all this money, and so the judge told her. She said, "You know what?" She said, "You're gonna have to let her find out the hard way. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot be." She said, "You're gonna have to stop being a safety blanket for her,"
Mm-hmm.
because she said, because she is not going to. She gonna keep on calling you because she know you gonna come running. She said, when you start when she is really really tired, you will know. But right now, she's not tired. She's not tired of the drama. She's not tired of the foolishness. She's not tired of the disrespect that she's experiencing. And she said, and she said the sad thing about it. And her sister said, "I don't understand." She said, because she witnessed our mom go through this, through the abuse, and
Hey
yet she's
Ursula.
doing the same thing. Hey, Ursula. And she's saying, yet she's following the same thing. And so her sister's standing there in the court looking at her like she was like, as if she didn't know what she was talking about. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's when the judge told her. She said, "No." She said, "You're going to have to." So she ended up losing her case. The sister that brought the case against her sister, because she wanted her to pay back the money that she spent on a deposit for her apartment, on her moving expenses and all this. And because she didn't make her pay for it, but she told her, she said, "This is a learning experience for you. Stop being a safety net for your sister." I know it's hard, but until she understand that you're not going to be there for her anymore, she said she's not going to learn. And so
Yeah.
she was standing there looking at her, and she said, "She's just bitter." This was the other sister who's taking her sister through all this drama. This is what she said about the other sister that brought the lawsuit. She's just bitter because every guy she did, she just bitter. And I'm like, wow, you got a lot of nerve. Your boyfriend, your husband beating your butt, but your sister's, because she chooses not to be in a bad relationship, she's bitter. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
well, you heard about the friend that was trying to help her other friend escape a toxic relationship or
Yeah, she got
abusive, and
killed.
she got killed, and she left behind some children and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's so
6 kids.
sad because you know what, we tend to want to help people, but sometimes that person got to be willing to. They
Yeah.
gotta want to be helped.
There,
You know,
exactly.
they gotta
And
want
there
to
is
be
always
helped.
a breaking point. And
Hmm.
if you don't see that breaking point, then just keep it moving. You want to help, but some things are just not worth putting your life on the line for,
Right.
because there's situations where some people, the very person you're trying to help, they turn on you and start want to beat you up with their spouse, wanting to get you, and
Yep.
saying that you try to break them up, and it's like, you the one told me all this, so why are you coming to, it's like, no. So that's why you have to be careful of who you are willing to help, because just like these places for battered women, they got to be careful, because sometimes they end up bringing, they can easily bring somebody. I don't know if they have done this or not, but they can easily have that person come to that shelter. They're not supposed to even know where it's at, because they
Yeah.
feel that, oh, he really misses me and I really want to be with him. And before you know it, you done jeopardize somebody else's life and other people's life because you decide you want to go back to that battered situation. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but
Toxic is toxic.
toxic is not just toxic can be friendships too because
Oh yeah.
I dealt with a friendship like that was very toxic, you know, for
Mhm.
years. For years and years and years, I've dealt with a friendship that was like that, and we had been friends for since we were young girls,
Mhm.
and I had to cut the ties with her because it had got too bad. It got to a point where um she was disrespecting me.
And that's what happens. That's when you find out true colors about a person.
Thank you, Morning Thoughts Media.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You really
yeah,
find out how a person really feel about you is because they already don't like you already. They just want to be around you because you pretty much add to them whether you realize it or not,
and
and
not
that's why
yeah.
they want to be attached to you.
Yeah, and I recall years and years ago, when my mom would tell me all the time that that was not a friend. She was not really my friend. She wanted to be me more than she wanted to be my friend. But
Hmm.
I insisted, oh, this is my best friend. But as years went on after my mom passed and stuff, then that's when reality really set in, and that's when I realized that this person was not my friend because we got into an argument about something that was really crazy, and this girl she called me everything she could think of. I never once cussed her out. I never cussed her at all. First of all, that's not my character. I'm not going to cuss you out, so that's not my character there. But she called me every name she could think of and then told me, you want people to kiss your butt. And I'm like, when? Since when? I said, that sound more like you, not me. And that's why I'm
Hmm.
saying toxic relationships can be friendships. It could be
Hmm.
um, family. It could
Yeah,
even be
it can be
family
both sides,
members.
male and female.
Family, right?
You got
Family
some
members can
female,
be toxic.
some guys can be with women that are toxic and
Yeah.
that's no good for them, and they
Well,
don't
everybody
realize it.
keeps saying that about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I
Yeah.
mean, allegedly, they're saying the same thing. But they said also, I just read something that they both are going through therapy now, and I'm hoping and praying that it helped them because in our communities, it's enough black marriages not making it because we
Hmm.
don't give it a chance. We don't try,
Yeah.
and
I
so
think the funniest thing about that is that so many times there are situations where people will live together umpteen years, and
mhm,
the moment, and that's why I say that's nothing but the devil. The moment you get into a covenant with that person, because that's standing on God's word, then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose on your relationship. And
mhm.
so that's why people are so quick to say, "Oh, I'm better off just living with him because if I live with him, then I ain't got to worry about all this drama." Well, when if he's not going to respect you, if he didn't think enough of you to say "I do," then you should be really thinking about that. Because I feel like this: if I'm good enough to, especially if you want those who have kids, if I'm good enough to take care of the household, take care of your kids that we both had, yet and your kids have my last name, but I can't have your last name, I got a problem with that. And
Yeah, but you got to think about it. And I suppose it's a toxic relationship to begin with, and that's probably the
but
reason
they
why
already they
this
already
person.
in the toxic relationship. You've
Yeah,
been
but
you in
why
all those
would you
years.
marry the person if you're in a toxic relationship already? Why would you marry them?
Why would
I
you stay with
mean,
them then?
well, I mean, if she can walk away, I mean, she can. It's easier for her to walk away when it's a toxic relationship and she's not married to the person than it is when she's married to the person.
But
So
they don't.
yeah, that's kind of difficult.
Yeah, because
Um, Frederick Beatty said a true friend will always have your best interest in mind.
mm-hmm.
Will respect you as a person. Will
And
speak their
speak their
mind.
mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Frederick, and you're so right about that. So at the time, I didn't realize that the person was, that way, that they wasn't a real true friend. I wanted that person to be a real true friend because I had been knowing them all my life. We had been knowing each other since we were young girls,
Mm-hmm.
and then when, the things that she said to me that was like really disrespectful and hurtful, I knew it was time for me to just cut my ties with that person. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for years I had been trying to make the friendship work out, you know, because I thought, hey Ursula, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Miss
Ursula,
OPD.
how you
What's
doing?
that OPD?
I
Alan.
don't know what that is. But
Oh,
I
other
just
people's dudes.
no, I think that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake.
Oh,
But I want to so I just got to my mom's house. On my way home, they told me to come. My son's best friend was killed
Oh my
oh
today,
God.
wow.
like not too long ago, because I was just on my way to my house, but my all my kids are here at my mom's house. My youngest son's best friend. Um,
Wow.
we don't know what happened yet. It
How old
just
is he?
like 26.
Oh
Oh,
God.
he's young. Oh, sorry to hear
And they
that.
don't know what happened.
No, I don't. His
Mm-mm.
dad, his dad called. His dad called my son and um and told him the news,
Mm-hmm.
and he has not told him what happened because he doesn't know what happened, but he just is torn up,
Mm.
Mm,
just
wow.
Definitely keep him in prayer in his best friend's family. Because Lord, that's young. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
he, he had a new baby,
Oh,
Oh
wow.
no.
and my son and him, this little boy has been to my house,
Mm,
you know, stayed the night at my house.
It's like a son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
wow. Sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, it wasn't a situation where, um, how people get caught up in stuff. It,
Mm-hmm.
it was, it was, from what I'm hearing, something like intentional.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah, they just, Frederick said prayers going up.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. And I know Frederick certainly can relate to that.
Yeah,
Um,
Mm.
that's so messed up. It's and then the sad part about it is that they're out here. These people are out here. This generation period. They have no code. They have no code at all whatsoever at
yeah,
all. None at all. You know, it's just so sad.
yeah,
He said, "Yes, I certainly can." Yep.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they
26
don't.
years old. That's young.
Yeah, man. He didn't even get started with half his life.
Yeah, but that's what's happening though in the world today that we live in. It's like they're getting younger and younger. The new 80 is 60. The new um 30 is 20, and the new 20 is 15 and
So I
11
guess the
and
new 15
10.
is 10.
Yeah, it's just so sad. It's so
It's a
sad.
crying shame.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is these are souls. Lord, is there souls. So many. It's just that's the Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah. And
He said
he
what
has a
he said what code, the code of violence and disrespect. That
That's
that's
what they
what they
follow. That's
follow.
true.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
have
they don't
no
have no respect. They don't have no
no.
they don't have especially no respect for authority.
No, you remember back when we was growing up, I remember when the games would get ready to fight and stuff, they would tell us to clear the street because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
want no accidents to happen to somebody else, some
Mm-hmm.
innocent bystander. So they used to tell us to clear the streets, get off the
Mm-hmm.
streets. You got nothing to do with this. Y'all need to get in the house. I never forget it because the guy used to come through our neighborhood. Whenever it's something to go down, he'd tell us, y'all need kids, get off the street, get in the house, go in the house somewhere, and this and that. Nowadays, they don't say that. They just go in the block and they just shoot up whoever's out there, you know.
yeah.
It's like it's no cold. That's why I said there's no cold. Back then they used to tell us, hey, clear the streets. It's gonna go
Mhm.
down. You know, Matter of fact, we knew the game leaders and stuff because of we had the largest family in the neighborhood, so we
Mhm.
knew them. But
I
they
tell
don't
you
do
what,
that now.
that's where having parents and that had faith and had trust in God came in real handy back in them days, because
Mhm.
that's the only thing I can think of that could have kept us, is that the prayer of my mom constantly over
Hey,
her kids.
hey, Stephanie Ross.
Hey, Stephanie.
But y'all, I just wanted to let y'all know,
That's
because
right. It's accountability.
I really don't feel like much talking.
Okay,
Um, I'm gonna go in here with my family, and
okay, yeah, because we could
y'all
see it
just
in your
keep me in
face.
your prayers,
We
please.
Yeah,
will, we will, because we
definitely.
could see it in your face, on Ursula. So
Yeah,
we're praying for you. Okay.
yeah,
I
definitely.
Praying for
appreciate
you and your family and your son. Cause
I
yeah, he
appreciate
really
it.
gonna need it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. I
Yes,
love
that's
you. I'll talk to y'all soon.
all
All
right.
right,
Love you
hold
too.
it together. Just hold it
All right.
together.
All right.
Keep them,
Thank you.
keep God first, and just say, Lord, you got this. You cover me and cover my son and cover his son, your son, friend, family, because he gonna need it. They gonna need
Yeah,
it. You gonna need it because he's just like a son to you.
yeah.
So we
All right,
definitely be
I'll talk to
praying for
y'all
you.
soon.
All right.
All right. All right. See you, Ursula.
All right, bye bye.
Hmm. Well, our prayers go out
Wow.
to Ursula and her family and her
Definitely.
son's friend family. The accountability of young folk isn't there anymore. No, it's not,
No, it's not.
Stephanie.
Mm-mm.
It's not. How you doing today, Stephanie Rose? Yeah, she said you
She
love.
sending love to
I love.
Ursula.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not there anymore. It's like they just they just whoever they see, that's what they hit. They don't care, and it's so sad. It's scary. It's so scary out here, and it's sad. It's like when you see a car coming through your neighborhood, you get nervous because you don't know what's going to happen,
No.
and especially if they slow down and they got dark tinted windows and stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you really get nervous now. It's like you can't
And
even
it's the
sit on your
interesting
front
thing is
porch
that
anymore.
we used to think it was bad back then, but it's
Mhm.
worse now.
Yeah, it is.
Because see, back then it was the gangs that did the violence,
Hey,
and
Danielle Johnson.
but the kids, when when you would have a fight between each other, you would before the end of the day, you made up and you playing baseball, run chief run or whatever.
Hmm.
Now they want to retaliate,
Revenge.
want to come back and shoot you. And
Yeah,
it's like,
they want
yeah,
revenge. It's
you can't scrap no more. You can't throw hands. I'm like, why you got to get a
no,
gun?
no, they don't do that no more. That's too much, too easy. That's too much like right, So now they gotta go in and then they make it so easy for these people to get the
Mhm.
pistols and stuff like that. They make it so easy for them, you know.
The funniest thing is that it's not really not funny. The interesting thing is that um, we have the most violence, but everybody trying to come here. I don't understand it. It's like every time I look
Mhm.
around, we got so much violence and gun violence, especially, but everybody steady coming here.
No, to the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are. I mean, but I guess they say it's the land of the free. That's why.
yeah. Freedom not to be held accountable for your actions.
Actions, yeah, exactly. Wow, sorry to hear that. But
Yeah, and I
yeah,
mean the days before his Mother's Day. That's even harder.
yeah. Good evening, Danielle.
Good evening, Danielle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, man, that's a hard pill to swallow, you
Stephanie
know.
said you can buy a gun on the internet. It's a doggone shame. Yeah, you could.
They made it they make it so easy now,
They even
Stephanie.
made it now. Now they trying to find a way to regulate the one that they can make where you can print the gun, the one that
Mm,
the plastic one you can make yourself. They're
mm.
trying to find a way to regulate it because you can't trace it.
Wow. It's sad. It's
Hmm.
it's really sad. You know, and the sad part is, they had those like drives where they had people turn in their weapon and stuff. But how many weapons do they have? You don't even know that. They may
Exactly.
have turned in a weapon that has been already used on somebody, and that's why they
Mm-hmm.
turning the weapon in.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said they asked no questions about it when you turn in the
Mm-hmm.
weapon. So they could be turning in some kind of weapon that's already been used on somebody, and that's why they turning it in.
Yeah, Stephanie said 3D printers can make guns. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they make
Wow.
it's like a plastic. It is they actually make and actually shoot bullets. The
Wow.
creator who did it, who started it, that's what they trying to find a way to shut it down or regulate it or something because you cannot trace these guns.
Wow. And they plastic guns.
Yeah, it's like you can print it like it's like plastic and I'm like, I guess he figured, well, since he couldn't go and you can't go just buy what you want, he just teach them how to make it themselves. So I'm like, you know
Wow.
what? I said, if that ain't the devil, I don't know what is it.
Wow, that is
Teach you how
sad.
to give you the resources to go and kill yourself and other people. And it's just sad, man. That's probably some of the reasons why so many people is not in a big hurry to come back to jobs and stuff because you know they can work from home, so they don't have to be worried
Well,
about looking over their shoulders no more.
right. Because you remember back in the day, they used to always say, "Oh, don't make me go post on you," because it used
Hmm.
to be just the postal workers. Now it's not so much as you just got to worry about the postal workers. You got to worry about everybody. Because if Billy Joe get fired from the job tomorrow, he ready to come back and he gonna get everybody that fired him.
Hmm.
Or
And
even
some people
innocent
hold on to
people.
stuff like that for years, and then they
Yeah.
wait till years later they've been simmering on that thing, and then they come and do stupid
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Just like in the schools. So Johnny Jew got into a fight with Michael Tuesday, and guess what? So Wednesday he coming in with his bag,
Learn from his parents. Yep.
make it so easy now. It's
Your
just
screen freezing up.
yeah, I seen that. Yeah, but they making it so
Yeah.
easy for stuff to happen now, and it's like it's a shame. It's just a shame. So
It's the thing that you never thought the day would come when you'd have to be that worried that when you
mhm.
hear the weirdest noise, you jumping. I don't care where
Yeah,
you at. You could be
yeah.
in the grocery store. I remember when you used to you can go to the grocery store and you wasn't worried about nothing. And other than somebody maybe they just found a bag of ammunition outside a Boston school today. Oh my gosh. This was
Wow.
definitely, oh my
Yep.
goodness.
And that person was probably planning to shoot
Mm-hmm.
up the school. You just never know. And
Mm-mm.
and they people, they just don't. They're not taking it as serious as they need to. Just like that stuff that happened on the train. That train just recently in New York, with a subway station, where that guy he can't got on there and he just started shooting up everybody on the thing. It's so much mental health out here that they're not getting help for what their issues and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The shootings in Boston are terrible right now. Yeah, I just heard that somebody else. I had Vonda Montgomery on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. And she's
She
coming to
was talking,
Jersey
right, and she was talking
or
about all
Maryland
the
one.
stuff she was from. She's from Boston, and she was saying that the shootings has gotten really bad. The areas have gotten really bad, and it's not just in Boston. It's happening around the world. It's just that they don't talk about it as much, about what's happening in some of these areas and stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm. Too sad. Reference to the 3D guns. The devil is busy, but God is real. If there has been a time to seek, believe, and trust in Him, Jesus, the time is now. We need to pray for our world peace. You got that right, Danielle. You
yeah,
got that right.
11-year-old to 15-year-old are the parents. Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. But you know what? I was just talking about a story where a mom just killed her two kids. She just shot her two kids that
Mhm.
was the 9 and 13 years old. So
Mhm.
a lot of this stuff, they're getting it from the parents. They're getting the ideas from their parents because some of these parents are out here doing the same thing. So that's
Mhm.
what where it's stemming from. You know, some of them teaching them, and they have these like shelves, big old cages where they got guns of all kinds for, and the kids know how to get to them, and that's what's happening. And they come back to the school, teacher give them a bad grade, they don't like what the teacher said or whatever the case may be, and they come back and they
Get
just take
even.
people out, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And some of them be so bold to follow the teachers home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So one of my girlfriends is a school teacher. She's a school teacher, and I remember she was teaching. Now, mind you, she teaching first through second grade or something. One of the kids um put a note on her car and told her that they was gonna kill her. So she had to take it serious because
Right.
she doesn't know if this kid gonna actually do this or not. You know,
Mhm.
so you have to be careful as teachers. They couldn't even pay me enough money to become a teacher, you know.
Mhm.
And like I said, you just have to be careful. It's you got to stay prayed up for
Definitely
whenever
do.
you walk out your house. When you go to your car, you got to stay prayed up, and just and
You
I
got to
know,
stay prayed up
unfortunately,
outside the house, inside the house, because there's so many
right,
things that are happening
right,
now. Straight bullets and everything else. It's
yep.
like, Lord, help me, Jesus. Just
Yeah,
keep me
Stephanie, it
covered under
is.
your
It's just so
blood.
sad. Yeah, because you know what? It's now, and we already know that we all have a date. We all know we
Mhm.
got to leave here. We all know that we're gonna leave here sometime or sometime. But you know, I wouldn't want it to be because of somebody took my
Somebody else.
life over something because
Mhm.
they made the decision. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't
Mhm.
want it to be that. And not that you really know how you're gonna leave here, because we
No.
don't. We don't
No.
know how we're gonna leave here. But
Mm-mm.
you know, we just have to be careful and stuff. We have to be careful. That's why I was in the store um last about 2 weeks ago. And so this lady, I guess she wanted me to say something back, but I didn't say anything back. Still, for some reason, the spirit just said, no, just ignore her. So her husband was standing in, and I guess it was her husband. I'm just assuming he was standing in the line. So I'm thinking that he's standing in line for to pay for his merchandise. Well, he was just standing there blocking the way. So I was standing behind him. So she said, I don't know why she just couldn't say excuse me. You know, she all she had to do was say excuse me and stuff. But I'm thinking he in line because he's standing in the line. You
Mhm.
know, so I'm thinking that he in line and stuff. So I didn't say anything. So I just stood there. And so then she told him to move over to the side. And then she says to him, I don't know why she just couldn't say excuse me. And I caught myself because I was just going to say, lady, I didn't know if he was in line or not, but something just said no. She wants you to say something to her.
Mhm.
She wants you to, so you can feed off of her energy, and then one
That's
thing
when
could
people
lead to
start acting
another.
stupid. I
Yeah,
just
so
start
I didn't
pleading
even
the
say
blood of
anything.
Jesus. I just start saying the blood of Jesus, and they don't even know what happened. All they know is they just going about their business and leave me alone. Because
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time somebody, I was not too long ago, as a matter of fact, I was driving down the road and this person was just riding my tail for no reason, and I'm like, you can go around me. Why are
Right.
you riding my tail? I said, all right. I said, okay, I got something for you. I just started pleading the blood of Jesus and looking at them in the rearview mirror. Just started pleading, saying, "Lord, the blood of Jesus." Before you knew, that person came from around me and flew past me. I said, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna mess with you. I ain't gonna deal with you. I let him deal with you. You know?
Yeah, because it's not your battle to fight.
Mm-mm.
It's
Mm-mm.
not your battle. Yeah, and
I
you're
ain't
right,
got time to be
Stephanie.
playing with you.
Provoking. She was trying to provoke me to say something. So one thing will lead to another thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then another thing will lead to something else. And so
Yeah, and
because
not
I
only
didn't
that,
say
she would.
anything,
Then the first thing you would have said something to him, asked him a question, she would think you was trying to talk to him. So
yeah,
yeah, you was better off than not saying nothing, because that's all it
yeah,
was. She wanted to see, oh, you trying to talk to my man? Ain't nobody thinking about your man, you
right.
know. But that's the mindset of the enemy.
Here you
He's
go.
always
Ain't
trying to
nobody
find a
want, don't
place.
nobody want toothless McGee.
I was thinking the same thing. one
Amen.
tooth, one tooth away from being no teeth.
Danielle said, Amen. The blood of Jesus. Yep, you're right.
Mhm. That's it.
Yeah,
But
it's we have to stay prayed up. We have to be
mhm.
ready for the fight, the battles out here. And that's why I was talking about the toxic relationships and stuff, because you have to be careful about that too as well.
Mhm.
These toxic relationships and stuff where you got people. I was reading somebody's comment and it's so funny because I was just talking to someone else. We was just talking about something similar to this too. What we had just seen, I had just seen a post. And let me just pay my stuff with your crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's how I seen it too, Stephanie. Yes. So yeah, so she, we was just talking, me and a friend of mine was just talking about this. And so I seen a post on Facebook today, and the post said, let me tell you what the post said. It said, this is what it said. It said, sit me next to a woman that's doing better than me so I can learn. So
Mhm.
some of y'all are so insecure that y'all only feel better around people that you feel are
Beneath you.
beneath you.
Mhm.
No
You think he
sister
is.
learn, no sister learn to be inspired, not intimidated. And
Mhm.
she right. They were so right. When I seen that, I reached out to my buddy and
Lord
I
knows
said,
I've dealt
"Did
with
you
that
see that?"
before.
Yeah, I said, "Did you
Like,
see that post?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." She said, "I know I didn't see it." I said, "Girl, that's so funny."
because my whole thing is, what are you intimidated by me for? What I do? It's like
Mm,
I said, but you know what it is. Most of the time, people are intimidated about you. You don't see your potential, and you don't see what is great in you sometimes, but they do, and they already intimidated by what you haven't even discovered yet, and what God has not brought in the forefront yet. So that's why, because they know if when He does bring you to the forefront, from the back to the front, they already looking like, because they see it. People can see who you are going to be, even if you don't see it, because they don't,
mm,
because the first thing they thinking is, oh, she thinks she all that. How am I thinking I'm all that? And you wonder, because you've heard it before, where women will say that, oh, she thinks she all that. How
yeah,
do you think I'm all that?
yeah.
I put on my pants the same way you do, and I put on my skirt the same way you do. I guess, I hope.
Yeah, I want to send a prayer out to my friend. I just got a text message from her, letting me know that her brother-in-law passed. And I want
Man,
to say a prayer for her and her family as well. Um,
Jesus.
man, it's just, I don't know. It just, oh, so much is happening. Too much is happening.
Mm.
I love that thought process. I live by that. But let's be honest, many will dumb it down
Fit
to
in.
fit
Yep.
in. Get the hell out of here. You right. You're right, Stephanie. They will. They will. They will do
Mm-hmm.
that. They will do just that. Prayers
Yeah.
up. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yep, they will. It's like, okay, it's when I read that, I was like, man, I know a few people that's like that. They don't like you. They don't like you. They don't communicate with you because you seem like you doing things right in your life and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And because of it, they don't you don't fit into their program.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they talk about you to other people and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Because
because
I
of it.
because I cannot stand clicks. And
Yeah.
I've heard of people having
Same.
their little cliques where they have certain people that they,
Mhm.
oh yeah, that's my I like her, but because why? Because she thinks like you and she act the way you want her to act. Well,
Yeah.
if I'm not part of your clique and part of your girl
Go.
group, good. That means I'm must be something that I have that you want or you need, but you don't want. You ain't gonna ask me about it. You rather talk about me. You know,
Yeah.
and so if you're gonna talk about me, you go right there and talk about me, because all you doing is being a blessing to me, whether you know it or not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because if somebody's talking about you, guess what? You must be doing something right.
Yeah. She
You
said
must
yes,
be doing
Miss
something right.
Margie. She said, "Yep, yep, you right." That is so true, and it's so sad. But it's sad though that that relationships there are so many toxic relationships out there, that's like that,
Mm-hmm.
where people don't like you because yeah, she got it going on, but I don't like her because for whatever reason. I had somebody that come to
It's
my
the
home
Holy
that
Spirit
visit
in you
my
they don't
home.
like.
Yeah,
The
I had
devil don't
somebody
like
that
nothing to do with the Holy Spirit.
right. I had somebody that came to my home, and she said some. So I guess she was expecting me to live like I don't know. I don't know what she was expecting, but whatever the reason, whatever it was, well, she showed this part of herself,
Mm-hmm.
because she talked about me to somebody else. The other person said, "Oh, I love her home. She got a nice home." And so she says, "Oh, it's okay. It ain't all that."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Wow, that's just a straight up hater."
Mm-hmm. And
You
that's
know?
usually the case. That's usually the case. They sit up there, always got something negative to say. No matter
Mhm.
what you say positive to them, they're gonna say something negative.
Tim,
And then
yeah.
they'll go, "Girl, I was just playing." No, you weren't playing. Your thoughts is what you say. The Bible says, "Whatever
Yeah.
a man thinketh, so is he." And whatever is in his heart, is gonna come out of his mouth sooner or later. So that's why they said what they said.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know.
and they said it because they meant what they said. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't no accident. It wasn't
Mm-mm.
by mistake. She said what she said because she meant it. She meant what she said because she jealous. But it's
Mm-hmm.
okay, And that's one of the things I was just telling somebody. I was telling them, I said, it was a time when I used to be afraid of going to the movies by myself or going out to eat by myself. Now it don't bother me. It used to, but it doesn't bother me now because
Mm-mm.
it's like, okay, I don't
I
have to have
enjoy
nobody
me.
with me.
I enjoy me. I'm like,
You
hey.
you got the people that want to be around you, and the ones that are interested in the benefit you can give them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to get those three people that are your friends. Yep. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're absolutely right. Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Because they trying to
Because
find out what they can get from
as
you.
long as she thought she was gonna benefit from me, Stephanie, she was cool with me. Then when
Mm-hmm.
she realized that, oh, you're not gonna benefit off of me now it's a different story. But
They give you that side eye.
yeah, and they
Like, I
say
see you.
little sneaky stuff about you to other people and stuff, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the kind of stuff I don't
Girl,
like.
I'm just
You
playing.
Yeah, you got something you want to say about me, say it to my face, and don't do that, because I look, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and that's one of the things why people don't like me, because I'm that person. I will say what's on my mind. I
Me
just
too.
never been that person that just gonna bite my tongue about nothing. I'm gonna say what's on my mind, whether you like it or not, and I don't care, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And one thing that my one of my sisters told me, she told me, when you get into your 40s and 50s, your whole life changes. She said your whole personality, your attitude,
Mm-hmm.
everything changes.
You don't
You
care about
start,
what
you
nobody
don't
say or
care
think.
what people say no more. And she's absolutely right. I done got to that point in my life where I don't care what you say. I'm gonna say what's
Mm-hmm.
on my mind, whether you like it or not. And that's
Now
too
I
bad.
understand what senior citizens mean when they tell you the truth and you don't like it.
Yeah. Two
Because
tears in
you're
a
old
bucket.
people, they'll tell you the truth. And kids, little ones, the little ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they get along so well with old people, because they
Yeah.
both were brutally honest.
Yep. I know my grandbabies will tell you in a minute. Nah, Granny, I don't like that. She said it took me to be 50 years old to be that
Mm-hmm.
person. I don't give a F. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. That the same thing with me, Stephanie. It was the same exact thing. But my sister had already told me this. She said, when
Mm-hmm.
you get to that age, she said, when you get to 40, she said, watch your whole attitude gonna change. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be I don't care attitude about what nobody say about me. She said, when you walk in a room, your head is gonna be totally different from
Mm-hmm.
when you were walking there when you
That's
was
right.
20 and 30 years old. And she's absolutely right. When I walk in the room, okay, you don't like me, too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
I
I'm gonna
told
walk
somebody
in there.
one
I'm
day.
I'm gonna be that bad bee when I walk in that room,
Yeah,
because
I
I
told
don't, I
somebody
don't
one day.
care.
I said, you know what? I earned this. I said, I
Yeah.
earned it to say how I feel. I earned it to be to let you know exactly what's on my mind. I said, because once you get in your 50s, and I am in my mid 50s, I said, It is not. I say I have no I have no. It's not like I don't care how you what I say, because you do want to be careful with some in some situations. But some people will take you there, and when you have to say, you know what, I don't care how you feel. I'm going to tell you how I feel about the whole situation, and they'll be good. Sit up there going, well, you ain't have to say it like that. No, you asked for it, and you got it. Toyota.
She said, my childhood friends hate me. Oh well, give me a shot of tequila. You right? That's
Yeah,
right.
because you
Yeah,
start being brutally honest, and they don't like it.
yeah, yeah.
Even though they do it, but they don't want you to do it. They don't want you telling the truth
Yeah,
about
you. Oh,
yourself.
they can say what they want to say about you, but you can't say what you want to say about them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll sit up there and talk about something you got on, and then when you start talking about that wig or weave that they got in their head, and it's look like a dog fur or something like that, then they get mad.
Like,
They don't like that, but they could sit up there and
I
sig
paid a
on
lot of
you.
money for this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they'll sit up there and sig on you and say all kinds of stuff about you and stuff. But when you get the going on them, they can't stand it. And my
Mm-mm.
mama used to say, if you can't stand the heat, stay
Get
the
out of
hell
the
out
kitchen.
of the kitchen.
Yep. It's like
That's right.
It's like because I have. It's like I said, if you don't want to play the dozen, don't start with me, because I will go there with you.
hmm Yeah, and
But
it's sad that you gotta be that way. But those are those people that I was just talking about, toxic people. It's
mm-hmm.
toxic people and they can't stand it. That's what it is. They can't stand you, your personality, and they want you to bow down to them, and it's not gonna happen. Not in this lifetime, it won't.
No, because you've already been there, done that, and you ain't going back there.
Mm-mm.
It's like
No.
no. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I bit my tongue when I was in my 30s. I ain't biting in my tongue in my 50s. No.
No. You get to that point where you be like, oh, whatever. Okay. All right, girl. That's what you saying. All right, girl.
Stephanie said, that's why I fry stuff. My kitchen is hot. Stay out.
That's right. That's right. And it should
Right.
be. You
What
have to.
Nelly says, it's getting hot in here.
Yep. Yeah, I did a video for that
So
one.
yeah, people. So yeah. The older you get, the more you have low tolerance for
Zero.
foolishness
Yeah, you got zero tolerance for
and
it.
drama.
hmm And that's with anything, any kind
Hmm.
of relationship that you're dealing with, it
And you
becomes
know that's
like
also
that.
that way on your on jobs too. You know.
Oh yeah, you get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, like so. One of my jobs, this lady used to every time I look up, I would come to come to work. She always has something negative to say about me. It never failed. She always had something negative to say. So one day when I said something back to her, she looked at me like she
Offended.
was really in shock because I said something back. But it's okay for you to keep on saying stuff, and you just didn't
Hmm.
expect me to say nothing back because
Hmm.
all this time I had been letting you slide. I've been giving you a pass. So this particular day, she said something that was out of pocket, and I let her have it, and she didn't like it, and so
Mm-mm.
she was mad because I said what I said, and I said this. And I turned around, I looked at her and I said what I said and I mean what I said, and I walked on out of there. I no
Mm-hmm.
apology at all. That's right. Men, women, family, co-workers, the bagger at the grocery store. No, exactly.
The bagger said, I ain't did nothing. I just want to carry your bags to the car.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, well, like I said, my prayers go out to the Judd
Ursula.
family,
Yeah.
Ursula, my friend Adrian and her family as well, and all of those people around the world that may be going through
Dealing with a
something or
loss.
dealing with a loss or a loved one or something.
And
And
definitely the people in Ukraine, because I know they still
yeah, yeah, they
fighting for
still
to
fighting.
survive.
And I meant to say last Thursday, happy birthday to Kanisha Green. Happy belated birthday. You put milk in the one bag. She said, "Why? But why you put my milk on?" Hold it. This man right here, Stephanie. So I was at the store and the guy is putting this spray like a Lysol in with the food. So I snapped. I said, don't you know the difference between the two? You should not have food and that kind of stuff together. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and Friends. And we will see you guys on Thursday. We have a guest coming in on Thursday.
Oh,
And
cool.
thank you guys for tuning in. Please share the live. And we will see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys and
Love
good
you guys.
night.
Bye. Y'all be
Good night.
safe.
Prayers going out to all those that just lost a loved one and stuff too, as
Yes,
well.
definitely.
And happy birthday to those that celebrating a birthday today. All
Yes.
right. All right, guys. Good night.
Good
Love
night.
us. Good night, Stephanie.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.